Yucky yarn. One day, Mr. Ronald the kitty cat was playing with one of his friends. What do you think is something that kitties like to play with? Yarn, string, and shiny things. Ronald and his friends decided to play with some yarn that Ronald had brought with him. They were having so much fun batting it around as they moved like lightning pouncing all over it. It's mine! No, it's mine! I got it now! Ha ha! They went back and forth, wrapping each other up and tying themselves in knots, rolling around on the floor. They played and batted the yarn, spreading it all over everything. Pulling and tugging, chasing and catching. Suddenly, one of Ronald's friends stuck the yarn in his mouth and began chewing and slobbering all over it. Ew! Ronald got upset because when a friend eats your toys or breaks your toys, it doesn't show very much respect for you or your friendship. Ronald didn't feel like his friend cared much about how it would make Ronald feel. He didn't feel like his friends were showing him much courtesy or being nice to his toys. He felt like they were disrespecting his things so badly. This was his favorite yarn. Ronald began to cry, loudly, with huge kitty cat tears. When his friends noticed, he began coughing up the yarn and trying to spit it out. Ronald, why are you sad? Here is your yarn. Won't you keep playing with me? This didn't really help Ronald, though. He was still very upset. You see, now his favorite yarn was ruined. It was torn and frayed. Plus, it had his friend's yucky spit and stinky breath all over it. His friend had made his toy gross. The yarn simply couldn't be fixed. Yet it was the only yarn that Ronald had. He took it to his mom to see if she knew a way to fix his yarn. I'm sorry, Ronald, but we can't fix your yarn. It has been chewed on, has slobber on it. We just can't fix that. Did you ever tell your friend how the way he was playing made you feel? She answered him. I'm sure he didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Maybe he just got caught up in having fun. Did you ever tell him not to eat it? Ronald thought about it, and he didn't see how that could possibly fix the problem. Ronald thought some more. He wondered if maybe he could show his friend what respect was by being the example. He decided to do his best at showing respect for his things as well as his friends' toys. Maybe then his friends would begin to show respect for his and see how important it was to him. Ronald took his mom's advice and talked to his friend. I'm sorry for getting upset. That was my only yarn and my favorite toy. It just made me sad when you started tearing it up. I can't get any more of it. I will miss it. I didn't know, his friend replied. I'm so sorry I got caught up in our game. I felt bad about it, so I begged my mom to take me out shopping through the garbage bins to see what we could find, and I have a surprise for you. Ronald's friend had brought him some new yarn. Your old one was yellow, and I knew your favorite color was blue, so I searched and found you some new blue yarn. Ronald loved the yarn so much he didn't even want to play with it. I brought my own yarn too, his friend said. That way we can play with mine instead today. Ronald and his friend began playing together with his friend's yarn. They were playing and batting it all over the floor, rolling in the yarn, laughing and tying each other up once again. Suddenly, Ronald felt the urge to start chewing on the yarn. Thinking it was only fair, his friend had chewed on his yarn. He quickly remembered how it had made him feel though, and so he resisted. He decided to be different. He decided he was going to show respect for his friend's toy. I admit, I really want to chew on your yarn, he told his friend, but I'm not going to. Honestly, it made me sad when you did it to my yarn and it couldn't be fixed. I think I understand how easy it was for you to get caught up in our game though. You're right, Ronald, his friend replied. I didn't even think about how you might feel if I did. I chew on my own yarn all the time, but it does ruin it really fast. I'm sorry. I promise I'll try to show more respect for your toys. It's not worth losing my great friendship with you over it. Thank you for showing respect for mine. But honestly, he continued, I don't mind my yarn being chewed on. You are more than welcome to it. They both laughed and enjoyed playing together more than they ever had before. After they had talked it out, they had more trust and a stronger friendship than ever before. The end. What did you learn from this story about respect and treating others the way they want to be treated, as well as their things? Do you like it when your friends are being rough or dangerous with your toys in a way that might break them? If one breaks, you might not ever have it again. Do you think about how your friends might feel about the way you play with their toys and ask them permission if you're not sure? It's really all about courtesy and being nice to others, even if they're not being nice to you. Courtesy is the one coin that the more of it you spend, the more you get back. Be sure to always show courtesy in your interactions, even if other people don't. That's on them, and more often than not, your courtesy is appreciated and returned. Be the best teammates you can be. Be the best at being you.